Hi, and welcome to this live reading from Key to His Heart by Kristina Beck, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1, Katrina. Just Braxton Hicks contractions. You have nothing to worry about. Your body isn't ready to deliver this baby. Dr. Kramer assures me with a smile. However, if for any reason you do go into early labor, the baby's in the right position and already large enough. Once the buzzing of this god-awful chair lowering begins, she stands from her rolling stool and peels off her clinging rubber gloves. Snap, snap, then tosses them into the garbage. You can get dressed now. That's a relief. They weren't bad and they were far apart, but I don't have anything to compare them to. Maybe they weren't even contractions and were gas pains. Since I was alone, it was a little nerve-wracking, I confess. I'm sure it was, and you can never be too careful. It's good you came here today. Do you need help getting up? Dr. Kramer offers her hand. Nope, I've got it, I respond, lifting my legs out of the stirrups as gracefully as possible for an 8-month pregnant woman, then push off the cushioned armrests. Relief washes through me as I plant my swollen feet on the cool floor. You'd think I'd be used to it by now. Does any woman like sitting spread eagle in that contraption? I don't think so. Dr. Kramer takes off her maroon cat-eye glasses and lets them dangle from the gold chain around her neck. Now, Katrina, we talked about this last time. You have a plan in place, correct? Bag packed? Someone to call to take you to the hospital? And all the numbers you need should be programmed in your phone. I nod without making eye contact, then walk behind the sterile white curtain to put my clothes on. Can someone tell if you're lying with just a nod? I do have a plan in place to an extent. My bag's packed and ready by the door, but I don't have someone to call other than an ambulance or an Uber. I moved alone to Golden Crest, Pennsylvania 4 months ago, and have kept to myself most of the time. I could ask my badass next door neighbor, Jenny, who's also my landlord, but she doesn't drive a car. She's obsessed with her bicycle and Harley. It would be pretty comical calling a woman in labor to the hospital on the back of a motorcycle. But Jenny could use my car or call an ambulance. I wonder if she even has a driver's license. My only other friendly connections have been with some of the galleries who have my watercolor paintings on display. A couple have already been sold. Oh, and there's my agent, Daisy, but she splits her time between New York City and the Hamptons. That's a 2 to 3 hour drive from here. She's the only one I talked to from my old life, the only one who stuck around. She understands what it's like to be different. The same day I told my husband, Stan, that I was pregnant, he served me with divorce papers. Then he relinquished his parental rights a couple days later. How thoughtful of him. Asshole doesn't come close to what I think of him. A month later, I took charge of my life and landed here in Golden Crest. I couldn't be happier. Funny, right? Most expectant mothers would be devastated in my situation, but with the money I got out of the divorce and my success as an artist, I have enough to be self-efficient. I can do this on my own. Maybe I'm high on pregnancy hormones, and once the baby arrives, I'll fall apart. Ugh, I hope not. If the issues I've had increase with hormone fluctuation, I dread what will happen when my hormones crash after I give birth. Why is it that things you don't want to think about are always the forerunner of your thoughts? I slip out of the exam room and make my way over to the receptionist. 3 pregnant women are waiting in line. I smile at my shape-shifting basketball of a belly while I wait to make my next appointment. Little Toby is performing his gymnastics routine again. He's always active after my checkups. Dr. Kramer asked if I wanted to know the sex months ago, but I said no because I already know it's a boy. There are things I know before they happen, but I can't explain why. And figuring out why or how I know them, I haven't tried. Fear prevents me from finding out. Once I have my next appointment scheduled, I step out of the office and onto the bustling sidewalk of this touristy town. Quaint stores, small galleries, cafes, and trendy restaurants line this main street. I take a deep breath of the fresh June air. It smells a lot better here than it did in Philadelphia. The warm sun seeps into my pale skin, supplying me with a good dose of much-needed vitamin D. A generous whiff of freshly baked cinnamon rolls from my favorite bakery a couple buildings down teases my nose and stomach. Time for my daily dose of buttery goodness with a ginormous amount of cream cheese icing. While I satisfy my sweet tooth at a table near the cafe window, I check the time on my phone. I still have a little while to window shop before I need to get home. Jenny's nephew TJ is coming to my house today to look at the bedroom I want painted and some baby furniture that needs to be built. Jenny wasn't happy when she realized I was planning to do it myself. When I ordered the cherry wood furniture, I assumed it'd be already assembled. Nope. Of course, the delivery person didn't give a shit. She offered to ask her nephew to help, even though he's a total stranger to me. He's a high school teacher in his 30s. That sounds innocuous enough, right? I should have gotten this ready months ago. I know, but I had such a hard time getting pregnant, I was a little afraid to do it sooner. I know superstition isn't healthy, and it's not usually my thing, but when I want something so badly, it's hard not to be. I cleaned up my spot and tossed my garbage into the can by the door. I glanced back at the cinnamon rolls on the counter. Maybe I should. You don't need another one for home. With a growl, I walk out of the cafe. I turn to walk in the direction of my car, but then decide last minute to go in the opposite direction. I stroll down the street and stop short in front of my upholstery store I haven't noticed before. My pulse blasts through my veins, and I place my hands on the window to keep my balance. Inside is an antique rocking chair with beautiful white, green, and blue fabric. The wood used for the arms and legs swirls around itself to give it a unique style. I've seen it before, even sketched it. But how? I close my eyes and take several cleansing breaths, willing my pumping heart to slow down. A feeling of peace rushes through me like it has every time this has happened since I moved to this town. It's just more proof that this is where I'm supposed to be. Before I can stop myself, I enter the store. Bells chime cheerfully overhead. I make my way straight to the chair, then pull my phone out of my purse and unlock the screen. Damn, I have only 5% battery left. Shocker. Well, it's enough to take a picture or two. No one seems to be around, so I take a few shots. I trace my fingers over the shiny cherry wood design. I look closer and realize the delicate floral upholstery is exactly the way I imagined it. The azure blue and grass green on the white fabric are many flowers and leaves. It's even more beautiful than my mind conjured it. I wish I had my sketchbook with me to compare the details. There's still nobody around. After a minute, I lower myself into the chair. Annoyed with my ponytail digging into the back of my head, I pull off the band and let my hair flow over my right shoulder. With my purse on my lap, I rock myself slowly. This feels good. It fits perfectly, as if it were made for me. It would look fantastic in Toby's room. Excitement bubbles inside me. I close my eyes and enjoy the soothing motion. Maybe I could have it delivered today. Can I help you? A friendly masculine voice pulls me from my dreamy state. One I know. Wait a minute, it's his voice. No, it can't be, but it has to be. Shocked to my core, I push myself up and off the chair, probably faster than I should have. I look up at the guy and freeze like a deer in headlights, but then my lips tug up at the sides. It is him. Our eyes meet and I forget to breathe. Every cell in my body pulsates with pure bliss. Wow, he's devastatingly handsome, way more than I've imagined. His face lights up like he recognizes me too. Hi. Does he? Hello. My heart pounds, full of life, as if it's found its missing half, as if it's finally complete. He rubs his hand over his heart like he can feel it too. His smile widens. This instant, soul-deep connection is undeniable. It goes beyond anything I've felt before. I want to wrap myself around him and never let go. It all makes sense now. Everything is falling into place. I didn't mean to scare you, he says with a twinkle in his eye. You didn't have to get up. I could see you were enjoying yourself. The crackle of electricity surrounding us sends pleasurable shivers up and down my spine. I flick my annoying curtain bangs away from my eyes and swoop my loose hair back over my shoulders. His warm gaze travels over my face, lingering on my mouth, and my breath quickens. An instant rush of heat blankets my body, creating a tingling sensation in areas that haven't been intimately touched in a long time. Finally, I have a face to match that familiar, calming voice. I always wondered what his facial features looked like. His almond-shaped eyes are a brilliant blue. It's even close to the color I picked out for Toby's bedroom and the flowers on the rocking chair. His prominent nose looks like it might have been broken at some point, and his expressive crooked smile, perfect white teeth, and kissable lips make me wonder what he tastes like. I bite my lower lip, then my eyes lock with his. We stand there grinning at each other, no words are necessary. This is mind-blowing. A phone rings loudly somewhere in the store, popping our bubble, providing the distraction I need to calm my raging hormones. He jerks his head toward the back of the store and points his thumb behind him. Sorry, I need to answer that, and the phone's in the back. I can help you in a minute if you wait. I rest my hand on my belly. His bright eyes lock on my stomach as if he hadn't noticed, and the sweetest smile stretches his lips. If only my ex-husband would have looked at me like that. But if he had, I wouldn't be here right now, and I'm pretty sure this is where I'm meant to be. The obnoxious ring from the phone stops, and a much-wanted silence blankets the room. Toby decides to kick me in the ribs, forcing me to lean over. Ugh. The heavy breath whooshes out of me, and I press my hand to the side of the bump. That was a doozy. Maybe he'll be a soccer player when he's older. The man's warm gaze morphs to concern, and he steps closer. Whoa, are you okay? You're not going into labor, are you? The ringing of the phone interrupts us again, and he huffs. So annoying. Maybe that's why Toby's kicking me. I wave my hand in the air. No. Don't worry, I'm fine. Believe it or not, I still have another month to go. The baby's doing his morning exercise. It's kind of crowded in there. The ringing continues, and his jaw clenches. That ringtone drives me nuts. I keep telling my mom to change it. Dogs can probably hear it from a mile away. He chuckles, then scratches his eyebrow, his flexed bicep on display. This is getting ridiculous. I'm probably drooling at this point. I can't help it. He's hotter in person. My mind did not do him justice. I'm starting to question my sketching skills. He's about 6'4" with broad shoulders and a thick neck, like he plays a sport. I sweep my gaze over his defined chest, solid biceps, and stomach, all pleasantly showcased by his tight charcoal gray t-shirt. Whew, oh boy. My fingers tingle, begging to ruffle his unruly sandy brown hair. A shade darker than my own. I'm blown away that the man from my visions is in this store, in front of me. Should I touch him to make sure he's not an illusion? Probably not a good idea. Shit. He's looking at me funny, and I realize I've been staring. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the chair. No worries. I can come back tomorrow to find out how much the chair costs. Or I can sit in it all day and watch your every move like a stalker. Instant lust. He steps back, frowning. I'm sorry, the chair's not for sale. It's only for display. My shoulders droop and my heart clenches. Oh, really? That's too bad. It'd be perfect for the baby's room. Why would I find this chair, one I've drawn from my memory, and not be able to buy it? I'll be sure to tell my parents. My dad refinished the wood and my mom reupholstered it. It'll make her day hearing someone loves it as much as she does. He rolls his eyes when the phone rings again. I didn't realize it had stopped. You're going to stay, right? He nods his head as if answering for me. Let me get it because it could be important since the person keeps calling back. Sure. The word escapes too quickly from my mouth as I watch him head toward the back, forcing myself not to stare at the cargo shorts cupping his perfect ass. Not happening, Kat. Instead, I let my eyes travel north, tracing the contours of his sculpted back muscles. My body is an inferno wanting to be touched. I should go before I embarrass myself. I rub under my eyes, probably smearing my makeup. Think about something else, like your swollen feet or full bladder, I mumble to myself. Nothing helps. I turn around and gaze out the window. This is all a mind trap. I should be freaking out, not thinking about sex. Toby nudges me again in the ribs, distracting me from the thoughts. The bell over the door chimes, and an older woman with a cane walks into the store. Time to go home, even though I told Sexy Guy I would stay. If fate truly has led me to this town, to this store, to him, I'll run into him again. I glance toward the back of the store where he's still on the phone. Yeah, we'll meet again. I leave with a huge smile on my face and head toward my car. Minutes later, I take a right and enjoy the beauty of the houses lining the street. I slow down and pull into my driveway. I shift the car into park in front of the detached garage and relax in the seat. I fall more in love with this renovated Georgian-style house every day. The entire structure is sheathed in a gray stone veneer with white trim. A brass door knocker graces the fancy front door, and the portico roof and white columns add welcoming warmth to this place I call home. My favorite part of the house is the gabled attic. My landlord added dormer windows to it when she renovated, and now it's my art studio. My ex and I lived in a modern luxury penthouse in Philadelphia. I didn't take much with me when I left, so I don't have nearly enough furniture to fill this place. What I did have was too modern for this house, really, but that's okay. I wanted to start fresh anyway. The place was pretty neutral when I moved in. White walls, cream-colored carpets, hardwood floors. All lovely, just boring. Only thing is, I suck at decorating. I've been adding furniture one piece at a time. Toby's room is the first I've really focused on changing. Once I get it painted and arranged, I'll think about the rest when and if I have the time. I've been working on my art like crazy so I can take some time off when Toby arrives. Having a change in scenery has been a huge inspiration. My paintings are practically creating themselves at this point. A pair of blue jays flutter past, heading for the copper bird feeder by the window. I found it last week at a garden center. It looks like a mini opened umbrella with a dish for the seeds instead of a handle at the bottom. As soon as I saw it, I knew it belonged in the tree in front of the kitchen window. I felt giddy when I realized I could buy it because I have a house now. No more 25th floor stuffy penthouse. A trio of cardinals fly in and chatter at the blue jays. I chuckle, imagining that they've met for coffee and a snack. My smile fades. I do miss having friends nearby, but I guess they weren't true friends because I haven't heard from a single one since I left Philadelphia. That's okay. I remind myself, I'm starting over. Toby kicks again, and I realize my bladder's ready to explode. Grabbing my things, I head toward the house and let myself in. Keys and purse hit the kitchen island as I make a beeline to the bathroom around the corner. Relieved, I go back to the kitchen, fill a glass with ice water, and head to the office on the other side of the house. My private paintings and sketchbooks are there. I get myself settled in the cozy black leather desk chair and take a deep breath. Then I open the top drawer, and with building excitement and shaking hands, I take out 2 battered sketchbooks and place them on the desk next to my laptop. The covers are worn and some of the pages are creased and ripped. I pick up the latest one and flick through the pages. I stop at a colored sketch of the rocking chair I just found in town. I reach for my phone, then grind my teeth and drop my head back. Grr, cat, you left it in your bag. Since I've been on my own, talking to myself out loud has become a habit. Probably not a good thing, but doesn't matter. I place the sketchbook back on my chair, on the desk. On the count of 3, I heft myself out of the chair. My stomach contracts, feeling like it's solid as a rock. A sharp pain rolls through my back, almost bringing me to tears. Holy shit, I bellow, grasping the edge of the desk. I breathe deeply and wait as my stomach muscles loosen up again. If that's what a contraction feels like, I'm in deep trouble. The previous ones were nothing compared to this, and it sure as hell wasn't Toby kicking my side. When the time comes, you bet your ass I'll be taking that epidural. Should I be worried? Nah, the doctor said I was fine. I'm sure it was only a muscle spasm or a pinched nerve. Maybe I pushed myself too hard this morning. I didn't sleep well last night either. I straighten, then roll my shoulders and rub my back as I waddle to the kitchen. Retrieving my bag, I mosey on back to the office because really, what's the rush? No need for another shot of pain today. I lower myself onto the chair like I'm setting a record for the world's slowest squat. I make myself as comfortable as I can and start rummaging through my purse. Where is that phone? And then I realize, seriously, Katrina, you lost your phone again. Damn it. Pretty sure it's sitting on the rocking chair or lying on the floor in that store. I am the worst when it comes to keeping track of my phone. If I haven't left it somewhere, then I've let the battery run down. A spike of excitement perks me up. It gives me a good excuse to go back to the store and see that hottie again. Of course, with my condition, I know it's not safe to be without a cell phone, especially since I don't have a landline. That should be my focus, not the guy at the store. I hang my purse off the back of the chair, then pick up the open sketchbook. My finger delicately traces the outline of the picture. This is the most recent sketch I've made of the chair. Damn, I wish I had my phone. Even without the photo to compare it to, I can still see the similarities. It's amazing. The pattern and colors of the upholstery are spot on. The blue on the material matches the paint I want on the walls in Toby's room. The design of the wood is a little off. Hey, I'm not perfect. I pick up the other book and search through the pages. I stop at a favorite sketch of an old-fashioned key. I've seen this more than once, too. It's a brassy gold color, and the top of it is a heart filled with rubies. My mind spins, wondering what it represents. I turn the page and smile. Here he is, the guy at the store. The drawing is of a faceless man with the same light brown hair, short on the sides and wavy on top. The outline of his angular jaw and the strong columns of his neck are similar. I can't wait to draw his eyes, nose, cheeks, and that mouth. Oh, that delicious mouth. And not just that, everything about him was drool-worthy. I could draw him over and over again and keep every single sketch just for myself. Why am I not freaked out by the whole situation? From finding this house to the rocking chair to him appearing in front of me in real life, the vibes surrounding us were so powerful. I'm surprised the pictures in the store didn't fall off the walls. Seeing him felt like I'd found my favorite thing I thought I'd lost forever. All the images my mind had created are coming together like a puzzle. What will it look like once it's complete? Is this the start of something good, or will it leave me ostracized? Stay positive, Kat. The loud rumble of Jenny's Harley pulls my attention away from the sketches. Is she leaving? I'm surprised she doesn't want to be here when her nephew arrives. I glance at the clock on my laptop. Shit, I lost track of time. I stack the sketchbooks and place them back in the drawer. I push off the chair with the support of my hands on the desk. Without warning, pee gushes in my underwear. What the hell? A blinding pain shoots through my stomach again, and I bend over, cradling my belly. Holy hell. I don't think that's pee.